Hello and welcome to episode 64 of the Wisdom from the Akasha podcast. My name is Suzie, I am your host, and I am an Akashic Records teacher and practitioner. Today I'm going to give you an overview of the upcoming Akashic Abundance Class and what that's going to be all about. If you haven't already listened to my episode on construction and deconstruction work in the Akashic Records, that's one that's definitely going to help understand the work that we're going to do and the things I'm going to cover today. So I'll pop a link to that episode in the show notes for you to go and listen to that one if you haven't already. For those of you who have been following me for a while, who are in my membership, come along to my free workshops, you will know that every year around August time, I sit with my Akashic Records business guides and tune into the energy of the upcoming year. So in August 2025, I will be tuning in for what's to come for 2026. Now, obviously, I have more communication than once a year with my Akashic Records business guides, but in August, the focus really is, okay, what do we need to bring through that's going to help the collective in that 12-month period? And then I spend my time channeling the classes from the Akashic Records, doing outside research where they indicate that that will be helpful, so that in that 12-month period, I'm able to bring through to you classes, workshops, topics in the membership, podcast episodes that are helpful and that are in alignment with the energy that we are experiencing. In August 2024, I had this conversation with the Akashic Records, and what they wanted me to bring through for you all in 2025 were classes to help you deepen your own Akashic Records practice. Okay, disclaimer here, the Akashic Abundance Class is for people who want to deepen their own personal practice in the Akashic Records. Okay, the prerequisite for this class is that you can work in your own Akashic Records. Now, that being said, if you want to come along to the Akashic Abundance Class in June and you don't yet have a personal Akashic Records practice, I am very happy for you to reach out to me by email and purchase access to the Level 1 portal, and you can self-study that part, so you can learn how to go into your own Akashic Records through the portal. Sometimes people will ask me, how effective is it to do it through the portal, through self-study rather than attending live. Now, obviously, I love when people attend live. I love doing the live Q&A portions of my classes, but in respect effectiveness, both are the same. So you're still going to receive the activations that are embedded in the Level 1 class. You're still going to receive everything you need to be able to access your own Akashic Records. So if you listen to today's episode and you really want to come along to the Akashic Abundance Class, but you don't yet have a personal practice and you want to purchase access to the portal, then please just drop me an email and we can get that arranged. The Akashic Abundance Class is in June. It's going to be 3 sessions in June, so there's plenty of time before then to do the self-study. When I was communicating with my Akashic Records guides in August 2024, they wanted me to bring through these modules to help you deepen your own personal practice. And when we were discussing the different topics that they were suggesting that I bring through, and I give them kind of my feedback from working with people one-on-one, one of the topics that we decided would be really helpful would be money. Money is undoubtedly a question I get asked about probably in 90% of one-on-one sessions, because let's face it, we need to be able to have money and use money and to be able to function in our reality. It is the system of energetic exchange that we currently use, so we need to understand how to use it. And what can happen a lot of the time with the topic of money is because of perhaps past life trauma, because of perhaps ancestral issues, there can be energetic stagnation that is stopping people being able to align to what are called wealth codes. And wealth codes are energetic codes that we have within us, within our light grid, that if we can get in alignment to them, we can have as much money as we want. I know that might sound a little bit far-fetched out there, but please stick with me on this, okay? So Lots of people will ask about money. The guides will give lots of advice. Obviously, in a one-on-one session, it's very individualized to that person's personal circumstances. But what I have done in the Akashic Abundance class is really go into what money actually is, because we hear money is energy all of the time, but we drill down into what it actually is. We talk about what you need from a container perspective. So your container, your light grid, has to be able to receive the amount that you are seeking to receive. If you are seeking an amount that doesn't feel safe to the container, and the container is provided by the nervous system, then you're going to find that you can call an amount in, but you're not going to be able to hold on to it. Or you're going to reach a certain level and then you're going to start seeing that you can't maintain that level. So we're going to cover how to work with that container and how to expand that container in a way that is not completely dysregulating. We're going to cover the different types of money blocks that people have. And they can be current life, past life, ancestral. By using your Akashic records, you're going to really be able to understand where that block, so where that energetic stagnation actually began. So we're going to do a lot of deconstruction work through our Akashic records, and then we're going to look to do the construction work. And the construction work is going to be how you can input new programs, new beliefs, new systems around money into your light grid, so that you can align to those wealth codes by using your Akashic record. I'm really excited to teach this class, as you can probably tell. We're going to do some meeting of different yous. So the you that is receiving the amount that you are seeking to receive, you're going to meet them in your Akashic records and have a chat with them and find out how they got to where they are at. Okay, we're also going to go into some of the spiritual laws that you need to be aware of in respect of working with the energy of money. We will be looking at the law of three, the law of attraction, the law of balance, how these spiritual laws work, because we have to understand that in our physical reality, we are subject to certain spiritual laws. And once we understand how those laws work, we can start to work with them rather than working against them. And when you understand how these laws work, I can guarantee lots of you will be sat there going, oh, I can see how I've been working against myself because I've been working against these spiritual laws. So lots of really good stuff is going to be happening in the Akashic Abundance class. The structure of it is going to be similar to how I run my other classes. In the first class is going to be a lot of information, a lot of theory, and also a lot of homework. So there's going to be a lot of self-observation, self-reflection required of you. The second session is going to be, okay, this is how you do it, the deconstruction and the construction work. And then the third session is going to be your opportunity to come and share, to hear other people's experiences, and to ask me any questions. Of course, I always have lots of Q&A throughout all of my sessions, so there will be chance to ask questions throughout. But that third session, I always find, whether it's level 1, 2, 3, or anything else that whether it's 1, 2, or 3, the sessions where people share and we talk about different things and we talk about tweaking questions and everything like that is really, really helpful for other people to hear. So that's an overview of how the course is going to work, the structure of the class. Those classes are going to be held live, which you're welcome to attend. If you can't attend live, do not panic. They will be recorded and there will be an Akashic Abundance portal that you can access via the website, and you'll have access to that portal for 90 days after the class has taken place. You'll also receive a PDF workbook because there's going to be lots of homework in this one. And that PDF workbook is for you to use as you're going through this, so you have a place to put everything and prompts and questions in there. So hopefully you understand what the class is all about. Now I want to talk a little bit about whether this class is right for you at this time. First of all, as you'll hear me say a lot in the podcast, The Akashic Records are not a magic wand, okay? I am not for 1 second sitting here and saying, if you do this class, all of your money troubles will be gone. You're going to find that you're constantly working through money blocks every time you come to the edge of your container. So every time you come to a new point of expansion, you're going to have to go back and revisit things. And this class is designed to give you a practice that you can use in your Akashic Records every time you come up against that edge of the container. Okay, so this is a tool that you're definitely going to be able to use over and over again throughout your life, deepening your own Akashic Records practice. But this is not a magic wand. This is not, once you've done this, the next day you're going to wake up and you're going to be a millionaire or a billionaire, or you're going to wake up on this entirely new timeline. That isn't how stuff works. And I never want to give anyone the wrong impression. So if you're looking for a quick fix or you're looking for a magic wand solution, this probably isn't the class for you. Okay, this is the class for you if you have your own Akashic Records practice and you want to be able to deepen that practice by working specifically with an area of your life that you are struggling with. And because money is the one that most people are struggling with in this time, this is why I've picked it. So if you are someone who will do the homework, will try things out, will have a go, will do the practices, this is definitely the class for you. Okay? So if you're somebody who is sat there and you have a belief that no matter what class or course or book or anything like that, your money situation is never going to change because of some external factor, again, this class is not for you. If you know deep down in your being that you are a powerful co-creator of your reality and that you are going to be able to change your life by changing that internal reality, then this is the class for you. I hope if you're listening to this, you know which category you fall into and you know whether or not this class is right for you. A lot of you will have tried different methodologies, different practices before, and maybe had a certain bit of success. But what I see a lot of the time around teachings around money and working with, for example, the law of attraction, they tend to be quite partial teachings. So they don't tend to take the whole picture into account, and my intention with this class is to give you the whole picture of everything that goes into calling in and receiving and holding on to more money, and also practical advice for you to use your Akashic Records as a tool to help you do exactly that. From the practical perspective, if you want to get signed up for the Akashic Abundance class, I will pop the link to my appointments page. You can sign up through there and you'll receive a notification from Acuity with the Zoom link in for the class. You'll also receive a reminder before the class takes place, and we will be getting started on Tuesday the 3rd of June, 6 p.m. UK time, so that's BST, and it will take place each Tuesday for 3 sessions. As I said earlier, if you can't attend live or you can't attend one of the classes, don't worry, you're going to be able to catch up on the recordings in the portal. I upload the recordings the same evening that the class takes place, so you're not going to miss out on any time. Of course, if you have any questions or queries about whether or not this is the right class for you, please do feel free to reach out to me via email and we can discuss it there. I do hope that for those of you who this class feels like it resonates with, I really look forward to seeing you there and helping you to get those wealth codes activated. I look forward to seeing you next week for the next episode.